Hi, Muna fam, and welcome to the very first episode of my little crafty podcast. I'm super excited to be starting this. I've been thinking about it and planning it literally for a couple of months now, and I think I've procrastinated on it because I was intimidated and I wanted it to be perfect and I wanted to know exactly what I was going to say and exactly what I was going to do. But it's a new year and I've decided, you know what? I've got this. I'm just going to start and it'll grow with time and I might change it up over time and I'll figure things out as I go. So here I am. It is January 14th when you see this. And I'm really happy to finally be starting this. My big long whip parade video that went up on my channel a while ago is kind of like a prerequisite for this podcast because in that video I went through every single work in progress that I have across all of my crafty hobbies. So that was a really long video. If you watched it, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun for me to make. It took forever, but it was really nice. And I'll talk about it more in today's podcast, but it helped me kind of get organized and clear out all my projects and just have a better idea of what I have going on. So it was, it was a really good video all around. It was good for me to make, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as well. So that was like a little prerequisite, episode 0, if you will. But today is episode 1, where we are going to officially start in the format that I have an idea of doing this in. And you may see me look down because I have notes down here to try to keep myself on topic because this is going to be a very minimally edited series. So what you see, what you're going to get, or what you hear if you're listening to this is what you're going to get. I am going to try my very hardest to keep the editing to a minimum. I like to edit my videos a lot just because I have anxiety and I'm self-conscious just like everybody else. And, I say I say I say I say a lot of those annoying words a lot. I get off topic. I stumble over my words. I'm only human. And I love to just edit my videos to make them fun and entertaining. But, the goal for this podcast is not to be super produced. The goal for this is to be a very relaxed, chill setting so that you guys can just get to know me better and I can serve as a buddy for you to listen to or watch while you're crafting maybe, or while you're doing work around the house or whatever it may be. I just want this to be a more like relaxed type of content and more realistic, more relatable, just not edited like my other content. That stuff is fun and I like to edit and I like to create really nice quality videos, but I want this to be different. I think that's the goal for podcasts in general, is you want it to be just very personable. They're very long, so these videos are going to be very long. You can probably expect at least an hour long per episode. And I want to format them in a way where you guys can either listen to them or watch. I'm only going to be uploading them here to YouTube for the time being. I'm not going to be uploading this anywhere else, like a real podcast or whatever. So it's kind of like a video podcast, but I do want to make sure that I'm explaining things and formatting it in a way where if you are just listening to it while you're doing other things, that you'll still get some enjoyment out of it as well. Also, you'll see my microphone in shot because this microphone is designed to be very close to your face when you're speaking. If you've watched it doesn't even show that the what is my microphone even working? I'm gonna check. So if you see any cuts, that's, because sometimes things come up. I'm going to check. I don't know. My microphone's totally working, but the little sound level thing wasn't showing up. So I don't know. You may see cuts here and there, but that's not because I'm trying to edit anything down. It's literally just me making sure technical difficulties are going okay and things like that. So yeah, all that to say, welcome. This is a completely new type of content here on my channel, and I hope you guys enjoy it. As always, I look forward to your feedback, and if you would like to leave a comment, that would mean a lot to me. I read every single comment. I wait for them, especially when I upload something new. I'm just like refreshing. I'm like, hey, what are they gonna say? Like, I just get so excited. So leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Thoughts, suggestions, all that jazz. But yeah, let's get into what I have planned today. I'll talk a little bit more about my plans for this podcast a little bit later in the video, but I did describe to you guys that it is a different type of content. It's going to be long and minimally edited. If that's not your thing, I totally understand, but hopefully you'll like this as we can just kind of get to know each other and have a little bit more of like a friend to friend type interaction. Obviously, I'm not talking to anyone right now. I'm talking to a camera. So if I've been a good companion for you guys in today's video, please please talk to me as well. I only get to talk to you guys via comments. My Discord server, it's been cool to see some new people join in there. Discord is like a bunch of chat rooms, both text-based and voice-based. You could share pictures, links, all kinds of things like that. I also have some special YouTube-related stuff in there for my Ko-fi members, things like that. So if you would like to get to know me on a more friendship level, if you want to vibe and like be my friend, I know it's easy when you watch videos to feel like you're close to someone, but as the person on the other side of the camera, sometimes you're like, hello? You just feel like you're speaking into a void. So it would mean a lot if I could get some of that, whatever this is. Do you guys know what I'm saying? Just whatever this is, I would like to get that back. You know what I'm saying? Like, just want to get some of that. Anyways, I'm going to shut up. Y'all can really see how awkward I am in these videos because I'm not going to edit out my awkward, failed weirdness. Anyways, hi. I guess I'll introduce myself more in detail in case you're new or you're just now meeting me. I'm Municorny, but most people on the internet call me M. A lot of people ask what my real name is. I used to joke and say that it was M, and a lot of people believed me. I feel bad about that, though. My real name is not M. My real name is something else, but what's important is that I don't go by that on the internet. I don't share, not that it's like a secret, but I don't broadcast that publicly. So if you do know my real name, I would appreciate it if you also don't broadcast that publicly. I would appreciate it also if you didn't broadcast that. There's a lot of reasons for this. It kind of started as like a fear for my safety. I'm a very anxious person, and when I started creating content, I did live at home with my parents, and I just didn't want them involved in any of my mess online. And I did, back when I did more gaming stuff, I did have like a lot of creepy people that would like to dig up personal information on me, and I feared that they would like track me down, find me, stalk me, you know, things like that. Also, this was before I was married, and I just had a lot of like, you know, internet creepers trying to hit on me. So it kind of stems from like a fear for my safety. But at this point, I'm a grown adult, you know, whatever. Like, there's just basically, if people know your name and they know your birthday and they know other simple things, like they can just find out so much about you so easily online. It's honestly frightening. But I just like to keep my personal life separate and in control. I like to be in control of what people know about me, things like that. All that to say, see, this is why this format of content is probably good for me, because I like to talk a hell of a lot about everything. So strap in, boys and girls, strap in. But my name is M on the internet. That's what everybody calls me. Honestly, when people call me my real name, it just sounds weird to me, and I'm just like, who, what? Like, it's just one of those things. And as far as the internet goes and my shop and the content I make, you guys can call me M or Muni or Municorny. Either way, it's all good. So that's me. I am a full-time Etsy shop owner, and I would like include, because I guess saying I'm full-time blah 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 implies that's your job. I would also include the channel because I, work on that a lot. But I'm currently not making any money at all from this channel. It is not monetized. I have below 1,000 subscribers and less than 4,000 watch hours at the time of recording this. So I'm not partnered on YouTube. I have no ads on my videos. I'm not making any money. I'm not making any money from doing any of this, which is why it's so cool to have something like Ko-fi and have people support me through a third party because, I put a lot of time into this stuff and you know how it goes. So yeah, I would say for a living, I do my Etsy shop. I do not have another job. I do have a degree in computer science, and I did think about going to work corporately after college, but that just didn't happen. I searched for jobs for a little bit and it just didn't really pan out. And at the same time, my streaming over on Twitch was kind of taking off. I was playing games and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try just being self-employed full-time and see how that goes. So, it's evolved since then. I am no longer depending on like streaming on Twitch as a full-time income. That's just a lot of pressure. I am now a small business owner and I run a thriving shop over on Etsy, and that is my full-time income. So if you have ever purchased from Munimade, get it? Municorny, Muni, and I make stuff. Munimade. It's genius, right? It's not money made. Contrary to how some people pronounce it, it's Munimade. Okay. And okay. I hate myself sometimes. I'm just like, wow. And I am like restricted from editing, so I have to like reel it in, stay on topic. Anyways. So Munimade, and that is my full-time income. So if you have ever purchased anything from Munimade, you have supported me living. Thank you. Thank you so much for supporting me, helping me support my family, helping me, buy groceries and keep the lights on in my house. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. And hopefully you got something fun from my shop in return. So that's what I do for a living. That answers that question. I do not do any sort of work outside of this. Everything that I do, related to content making and my shop, those are all what I see as part of my job. A lot of times it doesn't feel like a job because it's something that I started and do for fun and get a lot of fun out of it, but it's changed in a lot of ways where now I see it as very much like work, and I do get burnt out like everybody with their job. You're like, ugh, I don't want to work today. I don't want to do this. I don't want to make this video. I don't want to talk to these customers. I don't want to ship these packages. I don't, like any person, yes, it is something I started for fun, but it is also still very much a job, and it's a lot of hard work. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is my background with crafting, in case that is not obvious from watching other content of mine. So I do a lot of different crafts, a lot. You'll see I have this big, beautiful yarn wall behind me. So obviously I really like yarn, but I do other things as well. I do a lot of different types of crafting. Like too much. Yeah. And you'll see I just how much in my whips video that is like episode 0 for this podcast. But I would say that my main craft of choice is still crochet. That is probably my favorite thing, the thing that I like to collect the most supplies for, being yarn. And it's the thing that I think I'm best at. I think that I would describe myself as being a professional crocheter. I've sold a lot of crochet things. Crochet is like at the top of the list. But underneath that, I do a lot of other things, and I thought it would be cool if I just kind of talked about and went over the timeline of kind of when I started crafting in general and when I picked up what hobby. So it kind of all started, I wasn't really a crafty person as a kid. I mean, I guess like I would do things here and there. I remember my mom would always like have these little crafty kits she bought from I don't know if this website's still around, but it's called like Oriental Express, which looking back, I know that term it can be very like offensive now, but it's the name of a business, and it just has like a bunch of party favors that I can remember. So my mom would order like little crafting kits, and I would have a birthday party where everybody would sit down and they would craft something. I distinctly remember us all sitting around the table and making little jewelry boxes by gluing. It was kind of like, little cardboard jewelry boxes, like a little heart shape or whatever. And we would glue seashells onto them. Cool. So that's kind of like my earliest memory I have of crafting. Also, I think one Christmas I got a loom and some those like loops to make pot holders. So that's my earliest memory of crafting. But I didn't really have a consistent hobby of crafting things up until 2012-ish. I'm looking at my notes. I want to get this right. Around 2012. I was in high school and I was dating this guy, and I would go over to his house, and his mom was very, very crafty. She loved quilting. She had one of those really expensive multi-$1,000 quilting machines where you put the quilt and it does the intricate stitching on top. She had one of those. She was very into quilting, and she also did quite a bit of scrapbooking. So this really like changed my life because she kind of like spurred that interest in me to scrapbook, and I think she gave me some leftover supplies that she had because she didn't do it as much anymore because she was more into quilting. And I just kind of went from there. I fell in love with it. I started to watch a bunch of content online of scrapbooking. I started going crazy buying all the supplies. If you've ever scrapbooked, you know that can add up so fast. Just with any craft. Like with any craft, just buying supplies for it can get very expensive very fast. So that scrapbooking and my love of scrapbooking gave me the motivation I needed to get my first job later on in the end of high school. And I wanted to get that job so that I could have money to buy more scrapbooking supplies. But hey, it was motivation to go get hired. Like, I remember going to that interview and being like so motivated because I was like, I need money to buy scrapbooking stuff. I need to go to Hobby Lobby and buy all these cool things. So that was my motivation to getting my first job. And I really, really loved scrapbooking and did it often up until probably 2014. So I did it for a couple of years. Stopped seeing that guy and by proxy, like stopped hanging out with his mom. That would be weird. But yeah, I'm still thankful for that period in my life because it grew me as a person and started my love of crafting by being in contact with his mom and being friends with his mom. But yeah, so I did that all the way until I got to college. So I started college in 2000. No. Yeah. My first semester of college was 2013. I graduated high school in 2013. I'm dating myself. It's cool. If you want to do the math and figure out how old I am, you can. So I graduated high school in 2013, and then I went to college, and I scrapbooked on into college a little bit, but then at a certain point, college got like too difficult, and there was too much of a workload being a computer science major that I just didn't really have time to keep up with it anymore. So I kind of dropped scrapbooking, and didn't do it anymore. And then I picked up crochet in 2017. So there's a little bit of a gap there where I didn't craft anything. That gap is college and me being miserable in college, like absolutely miserable. Oh my God, college was so hard for me. But I eventually picked up crochet in 2017, and the story behind that is I was at Sam's Club with my mother, and I don't know if every Sam's Club is the same. It's similar to Costco, but there's this section where they have a big table and they have books stacked up. They're not vertical, they're lying horizontal on the table. And I don't know why this detail is pertinent. It's really not, but that's how it is at Sam's Club. And I remember seeing this crochet kit. I can put in a picture. This crochet kit, it was a Star Wars kit, and it was in the kids book section. So I was like, oh my gosh, that looks so cute and easy. What a simple little craft. I can learn that, make a gift for my then boyfriend, now husband. We were together at the time doing long distance because he grew up and lived in Belgium when we met, and we did long distance, Texas to Belgium. That's like a whole other topic I could spend a whole podcast on. But he was in Belgium. I saw this adorable Star Wars kit and I wanted to make him, I think in my mind, I pretty much was like, I want to make him a set of all the characters, all of them. I'm very much like an all or nothing type person. And I wanted to make the whole set of characters and gift it to him for Valentine's Day, which was upcoming, and Valentine's Day is in February. So I don't remember the exact date when I picked up this kit, but I do remember that early 2017, I was trying to learn how to crochet so I could make these characters for my boyfriend. Now he's my husband, but for Oreo, that's what we call him, because his screen name is Orgolio. He doesn't share his name either, but he is Orgolio, Oreo, that's my husband. I I thought this kit was going to be easy because it was in the kids section, but it was so hard. Oh my God. It frustrated me to no end. And so I watched a bunch of videos and I dabbled in crocheting other things to try to help myself learn how to make. The goal was the Star Wars characters. But my first completed project was this adorable little Yoda. Back then, baby Yoda didn't exist. It was this little Yoda, little one. I'll go get it in just a second. And I struggled through and finally made that. It was really hard. I wouldn't recommend if you're learning how to crochet. I wouldn't recommend your first project being an intricate, difficult amigurumi crochet plushie. Wouldn't recommend it. But I survived. I got through it and learned how to crochet just so that I could make that. I hope that's meaningful to him, that I literally learned how to crochet and learned a whole new skill to make a very crappy little homemade gift. I hope he enjoys it. I'm gonna go get it so I can show you guys. So I'm gonna pause right here and I'm gonna go grab that. Okay. I got him. Here he is. This is what I made. If you are listening to this, then I can just describe him. He's a Yoda. Yep, that's Yoda. He's just very derpy looking. And, I didn't do, it's not like the worst in the world, but my tension was very tight. It was not even. His arms are special. They're like straight out to the side. They're very puffy. At a certain point, I stopped actually stitching correctly into the stitches and started just shoving my yarn hook wherever it would go, and just, I don't know. He was a mess. Has some probably dog hair on it because he's just been living with us in our home for a while now, but this is what I made, and this is what spurred on my love of crochet. And it wasn't because it was immediately easy for me or enjoyable. I actually remember just like crying over how hard this was. So it wasn't that it was just like love at first sight and it was immediately easy and wonderful. It was that it frustrated me a lot, and I'm a very stubborn and like dedicated person. And with this frustrating me so much, I was like, you know what? I've got to master that or else it's going to piss me off. And so I basically just spent like the next forever until now learning how to master crochet. So that is that. And I learned how to crochet from watching a bunch of YouTube videos and things like that. Also, I started picking up crochet pattern books, and I just learned from doing. And I would just attempt to do different patterns, and I would learn things from trying out those different patterns. So here he is. Say goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Here's the dog hair sticking out. Bye-bye. And, he's not the worst, but also not my best work. It's funny because for May the 4th last year, because, that's Star Wars Day, I recreated that exact same pattern, different yarn, but I recreated that little guy. And I posted a picture on my Instagram. I can pop it in here or here, wherever I feel like editing that in. I will pop a picture in so you guys can see my progress in crochet, Okay, let me get readjusted. So ever since then, beginning of 2017, I've been crocheting since then. Really haven't had any prolonged breaks. I mean, there were because I was busy with college, but not super long. I've pretty much crocheted consistently since then and been collecting yarn consistently since then. You may think, well, that's not too bad, the yarn wall, but in these IKEA shelves all around my room, here is what they look like. So I actually have shelves that go up around this chair in the corner, and they're filled. There's yarn behind the stuff that's in front of the shelf. So there's just yarn hidden all over this room. And I just have a lot of my collectibles and just my junk is all around the room here. So yeah, that's that. I have been hoarding lots of yarn ever since then. It has just grown. I remember crocheting during college lectures. I would work on scarves and something easy to try to help me pay more attention and listen to what the professor was saying and things like that. So crochet. Started doing that near the end of college. I graduated college in 2018, so about a year later. And somewhere in there, since I had the yarn, I know that I tried to learn how to knit as well. And I think I was successful in learning the basics of it back then, but I just didn't really stick with it. I was like, oh my gosh, I'd rather stick to crochet. So I didn't really stick with it. Same thing now is like I recently have kind of refreshed my knitting skills, but I haven't really stuck with it as much. I do know how to knit, and I have a lot of ideas and a lot of things that I would love to complete knitting, but will that actually happen? Time will tell. So yeah, and then I guess fast forward, I didn't really pick up anything new. So that's started in 2017 with the yarn stuff. I've been doing that kind of ever since. I didn't really pick up anything new until the pandemic. The pandemic hit us early 2020, in case you need a reminder. And me, like most people, felt antsy and felt deprived of a lot of things and social interaction, and my brain was just spinning. And at the time, I lived in an apartment that was very, very close, like across the street. I could walk to Hobby Lobby, which I know some of you are sitting there like, oh my God, my nearest Hobby Lobby is an hour away. What the heck? I'm so jealous. That was cool. Honestly, they should use that as a selling point for those apartments. They should tell people, hey, we're across the street from Hobby Lobby. You should definitely rent here. But so things obviously closed for a while here in the US. I'm in Texas. I didn't say that before when I was talking about myself, but I live in Texas. Hi, howdy, how you doing? I live in the Dallas area of Texas. And so once the shops opened back up, I braved out across the street to Hobby Lobby with a mask and everything, and I picked up some things I wanted to try. I found a diamond painting that was on clearance. It was a flamingo painting from Diamond Dots, and it wasn't a full coverage. It was just like 2 little flamingos. Gave it to my mom for Mother's Day. And then I was very interested in cross stitch. I picked up like a little mermaid kit. I still can't find where the heck that is, but I picked that up and gave that a try on my stream over on Twitch. and I still cross stitch to this day, so I stuck with it. Yay. And then also I'm including embroidery, cross stitch / embroidery, because they're very similar. So I started those 3 things, cross stitch, embroidery, diamond painting, during the pandemic because I just didn't have enough to do, I guess, and wanted to work on something new. I love diamond painting, hated the trays that came with the kit, so that's what kind of spurred that in my shop, the Munimade tray that's very popular. I started doing miniatures at the end of 2020, just randomly. I think I saw an ad, basically, and I talked about it more in my whip of why that's important to me and why miniatures are so nostalgic to me, and why they're so special and why that ad got me. But I saw an ad for a miniature building kit and started working on those. I have not worked on my miniatures in a very long time because it's hard because it's a craft just for me and not something I sell, and I'm always working. I feel like I can never get enough work done, and so it's really hard for me to carve out time to do a craft that I know is like just for me. It feels wrong. Like I feel guilty. I feel like I should be working and making things for my shop. It's hard. It's this whole complex I have. So started that at the end of 2020, and then for Christmas time in 2020, I was gifted a sewing / machine embroidering machine. So I have the Brother SE600. It is a sewing and embroidery machine. You can swap, whatever you like. If you like to swip, if you like to swap, whatever you like to do, you can swap out the parts on the machine and change it from sewing to machine embroidery. So I got that Christmas 2020 and started that hobby in 2021. We're just going to say 2021. Started sewing on the sewing machine, started machine embroidering things. Also around the same time, I found somebody on Facebook selling a pre-owned knitting machine. If you don't know what a knitting machine is, I'll get it. A knitting machine is this contraption. It looks scary. It looks like a torture device. But that is my beloved knitting machine. That is my Addy king size, I think is what it's called. But basically it knits in a circle or a panel. Voila, knitting machine. I found somebody selling it secondhand on Facebook for a good price, so I purchased that. Started learning knitting. Can't see this. I'm sweating. My hair's messed up. I'm flustered. I'm flubbergusted. Anyways, I started learning the knitting machine in 2021. Then if we fast forward to the end of 2021, which was last year, that's the year that we just finished. We just now finished 2021. If you didn't know, wake up. We're in 2022 now. We finished 2021. Wake up, you guys. I got a Cricut for Christmas. A Cricut. If you don't know what a Cricut is, I'm going to put that away. But if you don't know what a Cricut is, it's a die cutting machine. It cuts things. Yeah, that's what it does. It cuts. So you open it up here. It opens up and you slide in a mat, which are hanging on my wall right here. You put paper, vinyl, sticker sheets, even like faux leather, fabric. This is a Cricut maker. I got this for Christmas and it has been a great companion to a lot of my other crafts. I'll move my poopy out of the way so you can see the stickers I have on it. But so that's a very new hobby that I've picked up, and I haven't tried out all the things I want to try out on it. So far I've made a t-shirt. I have a need to get my camera back straight. So I've made a t-shirt. I have made these tags here. They're like little... Okay, just drop the jar. This is a gift from someone, and yes, it does say I'm nuts about daddy. To Twitch Daddy M, yes, daddy, because I used to stream on Twitch. Don't ask. I don't have the answer. But inside this jar, I have all these faux leather tags with little cutout M's. I've made those on the machine. Things like that. There's still a lot I want to try on the machine, though. So, Yeah, that's my history with crafting. I have a total of 9 different crafty hobbies. I do not scrapbook any longer. I never picked that up again. It's just very time consuming. And in order to scrapbook, I feel like you have to have an interesting life, or at least have interesting pictures of your life to be able to record. And I just don't. I don't leave my house that much. I mean, I have interesting aspects, but not enough to like consistently scrapbook. Also, it was just like a lot of supplies I needed, blah, blah, blah. Might be something that I would enjoy trying again when I have a child and I want to scrapbook their life and them growing up and things like that. But I just didn't really have as much interest anymore of like scrapbooking myself going through life. That just wasn't as interesting to me. So no longer do that. But in total, I've got like 9 different crafty hobbies. It's a lot. I know. So that is going to give you a little bit of a background on what types of topics and crafts I will talk about here on this podcast. And of course, if I ever pick up anything new, I will talk about it. But most people make they make like a crochet podcast, a knitting podcast, things like that. They make very specific types of crafty podcasts, but this one is just for all of my crafts. And, yeah, you never know what you're going to get. I might rotate the types of things that I work on. Like in today's episode, I have multiple different crafts of things that I've been working on and finished to show you guys. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So, along with all that information about me and my crafty history, I also have a shop that I mentioned is my full-time job. You can always find it by going to munimade.com, and you can go. I'm still laughing over that burp. Like, I'm just going to continue like that never happened. You can go to munimade.com and find things listed for sale that I have made. So since I make a lot of things, I don't keep all of those just piling up in my house. I like to sell them. I like to gift them. I like to share my talents with the world. So you can find things to purchase over at my shop. Additionally, if you contact me on my shop, you can also commission me to make something specifically for you. Like you can hire me to make you a special crochet thing or a sewed thing, or I don't know, whatever you have in mind. You can definitely commission me to make a custom project. So I take on custom commissions and I list things for sale that I've made and I don't want to keep on my shop. And then most importantly, I guess you could say, I also sell diamond painting trays. A lot of people ask, what is that? What does that mean? But the gist of it is, when you diamond paint, if you don't know what diamond painting is, it is like I'll show you some later in the video, but it's a big canvas. It's got glue on it and you put diamonds, little rhinestone plastic bits on there that are sparkly. You put those on the picture and you fill in the picture. It's charted out like you would a cross stitch. You fill in the picture and voila, you've got a big sparkly canvas to hang up on your wall. So in those kits, there are really small, crappy trays that come with those. And we have designed and started producing a very large upgrade, a very large tray in every color imaginable. And we also have a half-size tray, and the trays became very popular amongst the YouTube community. So thank you, YouTubers, for making videos about my product. And thank you for changing my life, really. And that is what really spurred on my shop to take off. I created my Etsy shop in 2019 and sold like a couple things here and there. And then I really got serious about it in 2020 and started selling some more of my handmade goods, in tandem with my streams. I would tell people, like, you can buy some of the things that I'm making on stream and you can buy them in my shop. And that it kind of gained some traction in 2020, but it really didn't take off until the trays. The trays are what made my shop what it is today. Also, I was mostly taking commissions back then. That's the reason why I created my shop, is I wanted like a place to list things that I made that I didn't want to keep, but also a place to take commissions. So I did a ton of commissions in 2020, mostly for like Animal Crossing characters, because Animal Crossing came out in 2020 and made a ton of Animal Crossing amigurumi characters. But it didn't really take off till we started doing the trays. And fun fact, we started doing the trays in the summertime of 2020. They've been very much updated since then, and we have tweaked our process a lot since then, but that is when I first started selling the diamond painting trays on my shop, and they really just took off, and the rest is history. It is now the beginning of 2022, and my trays, I list them every week and they sell out so fast. Yesterday I had a restock, a very large restock. I listed hundreds of trays and they only lasted for like an hour, I think. Maybe 45 minutes. But for me, that's a long time. Usually they sell out within like 15, 20 minutes, you know? So it was incredible that they lasted as long as they did. They're very popular for good reason. They're really a big upgrade to what you get in the kits. And we prioritized quality over quantity. We very much care about the quality of our product and customer service. Every customer service thing that you deal with at my shop is just me messaging back to you via Etsy. So everyone who says we have good customer service, thank you. It's just me. Nobody else. I've tried to ask my family if they want to help me customer serve, and they're like, hell nah. So I'm like, okay, it's just me. So I'm the one who deals with all of your inquiries on my shop. And, yeah, so thank you. I pride myself on making sure to always serve people and take care of a customer. And I don't like being difficult. I just like making people happy, you know, and just, you know, I like to be fair to myself, but also I'm just like, you know what? I'm a person, you're a person. Let's just sort whatever this issue is out. So anyways, all that to say, thanks for all the success in my shop. It's literally changed my life, and it has given me a job and has been really cool. So thank you. That's a little bit of history about me and my shop. Hope that was interesting. And if there's anything else you want to know about me or my shop, as always, leave questions in the comments, and you never know, I might answer in detail in a future video/podcast. So let's get into the rest that I have to show you in this podcast. Like I said, my plans, this is going to be minimally edited. I'm going to have, you know, pictures and additional things that pop in, but it's going to be minimally edited, very listenable. I'm going to, you know, speak clearly and closely to the mic and describe things for you guys. Other than that, I'm going to post them every other Friday. I'm going to try my best to be on schedule with that. Other than that, I want to show you guys my works in progress, so things that I am currently working on in the 2 weeks since I last talked to you. I want to show you projects that I have finished and completed. These might literally be things that I've already sent out and all I have is a picture to show you, but I still want to show you and talk about it. I might unbox things. I don't really think it's necessary to always do a whole unboxing when I go to my P.O. box or when you guys send me things or when I get other random happy mail. I don't always think it's necessary to make a whole video for that. So I might unbox things here and there here on the podcast, or other happy mail that I have ordered and got. I might share tools that I'm really loving that I've recently purchased, things like that. I might answer questions. I might do a Q&A. It's basically just whatever I feel like talking about. But at the end of the day, the consistent thing is I'm going to show you the crafts that I'm working on, and I'm going to show you the crafts that I have like completed and either listed for sale or given to someone or kept for myself, or, you know, I've already sold it. It's a commission, whatever. I'm just going to show you everything that I finished in the past 2 weeks. So that being said, that brings us into my next portion of today's video. I'm going to put chapters. You should see them along the little progress bar in the video, and then also on the YouTube interface. If you click somewhere there, it'll like pop up a list of all the chapters. But anyways, we're going to go into my finishes section. So this section of the video is going to be me showing you everything that I finished that it's completely done ever since my whip parade video. So let's get into it. I have a whole basket of things. I'm so excited. Like, it's so satisfying to have a whole basket. I think I normally don't feel like I finish that much, you know? I feel like dang, my chair's stuck. Dang, Em, like, why can't you just craft faster? Why can't you just finish things faster? You know? So it's really cool to see that I have a whole basket to show you guys. I guess first off, I'm going to show you this. You guys saw this in the whip parade. But this is a little embroidery kit that I won at a white elephant Christmas party close to Christmas time. And I was working on it over the holidays and I recently finished it. Here's how it looks. For all of these things, if it's something that I have showed you progress on before, you know, for example, in future podcasts, if I have included it in the in progress category and showed that to you, then I will include a picture of what it looked like 2 weeks ago. And, you know, you guys can see, whoa, it's finished now. Like, so I'll include like progress pictures, maybe over here. Yeah, let's just say that over here. You'll see what it looked like before, and here's what it looks like finished. So it says Happy Holidays. I embroidered it. It was just a very cheapy kit from Target, and so it wasn't the best quality. The hoop is a cheesy plastic, and the thread it came with was not the greatest, but I made do. It was stamped and did not have very clear instructions on how to stitch it. It was stamped, but the only part that was stamped are these dashes, these outlines for the word. And so I was like, am I meant to just embroider the dashes? But then it gave me a whole bunch of like green thread. I don't know. It was confusing. So I just did my own thing and I did Happy Holidays and I filled it in. It was a crappy job to work on. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it wasn't the best quality kit. I mean, but what do you expect? It was like $3 from the Target dollar section. And I stamped my dog paws on it. So you'll see Chica's and you'll see Roxy's. And Chica is my little well-behaved little chihuahua. She's really sweet and good and gentle. Roxy is my crazy rambunctious hyper dog, and you can see their personalities come out in the way that their paws are stamped. Chica's is really nice and clear, and Roxy's is smudged, so you can definitely see the difference in their personalities, and that's why I love this so much. Even though it didn't come out perfectly, I'm like, it really displays my dog's personalities. So I went ahead and finished this, and I finished it by gluing felt on the back of this hoop. So this is a completed decoration, and I will be hanging this up for the holidays in my home next year for the holidays. So Happy Holidays. I'm going to store that away for next year, and I'll hang it by looping something underneath this little bar right here on top of the hoop. And yeah, so that is my first finish I want to show you guys. Let's see, what else did I finish? This basket is in the way. I'm going to move it somewhere else. Right there. That's good. That's good. Cool. My mat is like sliding around under my chair. All right. So my next finish is an amigurumi. This is something that I was working on for Cal Pals and the December theme in Cal Pals. Cal Pals is a crochet along Discord server, and we have a different theme every month, and we make amigurumi. Yes, we do. We do. So here is my finish for that. And I think I've already showed this in my Cal Pals January video, I think. But since the whip parade, it was literally just like a magic circle, a little crocheted disc, and I have completed her. I actually finished her right at midnight on New Year's Eve. So I was working on this while watching all the New Year's Eve content and the Miley's New Year's Eve party and all of that on TV. So she is a gingerbread kitty, with our theme in December in Cal Pals was gingerbread. And here is how she turned out. She's really, really cute. I might have a potential buyer for her. I did have somebody contact me interested in commissioning a pair of kitties, so I might include her as part of that pair. But if that falls through, then you'll probably see her listed up for sale in my shop. I know it's not Christmas, but you know. I was making her over the holidays, and yeah. So you might see her on my shop someday. You might not. Who knows? But here is what she... Ooh, I should not drink Coke during a podcast, but here is what she looks like. And another finish for me since I talked to you guys last. And yeah, you should see like a progress pic. If you're watching, you should see what she looked like before since last time I talked. And the rest of this basket is a crap ton of hats and headbands from my knitting machine. So I've started trying to do this thing with my shop starting this month, starting January. I posted a shop schedule that shows all of the restock days on my shop for the whole month. And that includes tray stuff, and it's mostly for people, trying to get the trays since they're so hard to get and they sell out. People need to know exactly when and where to go and what time to be able to get those. So that's the biggest reason I started making the calendar, but I also wanted to hold myself accountable to certain types of handmade stuff restocking days. So I included, the first one I've done so far is hats and headbands. The next one I have coming up on Monday is a sewed stuff. So I need to get to work on that. It's going to be a busy weekend. I'm going to be at my table sewing up a storm. But my last restock was for hats and headbands. Did not go as successful as I wanted it to. I only sold like a couple of hats. Maybe that's because people don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's too late in the season for people to want to buy winter hats and headbands. Totally valid. I don't know what's going on there, but I did not sell as many as I thought I would. But regardless, I stocked up on them. And I'm going to be doing one more hat and headband restock for the season, and then I'll probably be done for the rest of winter with restocking hats and headbands. So basically, I cranked out a bunch of those, and I'm going to show them all to you. These are all made on my knitting machine. It has 46 pins, and it is a king-size Addy. And some of these were made on a live stream that I did that is viewable now as a video on my channel. If you want to go back and watch that. I'm just getting all of them out. Okay. So, but before I talk about this is also a hat. I finished up a commission since last time I saw you guys. It's already been mailed, so all I have is a picture to show you. But a while back I was commissioned, and you might have saw it on Instagram. It was a pretty popular Instagram post that I posted. You might have saw a picture of a unicorn rainbow scarf that I made. Well, for the same customer, she commissioned me to make a matching hat. And this is a hat and scarf set for her 8-year-old daughter. So, yeah, made the scarf a while back, and she commissioned me to make the hat. All I have here is this. So, this is what I made and sent her the first time for her 8-year-old daughter. It fits my head, but like pretty tightly. I would say it like doesn't really fit. It's like slightly too small for me. So I thought it would fit an 8-year-old, and it had a pom-pom on top and stuff, but I've reused that pom-pom in the hat that I've mailed back to her. So basically she received it, and it was too small for her kid's head. I don't really know much about kids. I don't have any myself, and I'm not really ever around them. So I don't know too much about kids and how big their heads are. So didn't make that the right size. But the good news is if you commission a wearable item from me, it comes with a guarantee that if I mail it to you and it does not fit, if you would just ship it back and pay to ship it back, I will make a new one and send it back to you free of charge. So that's what she did. She mailed the hat back, and I have since made a bigger one and mailed it back to her. Fingers crossed that the second time's a charm and it fits her daughter this time. But yeah, the finished hat is rainbow and it's textured. This is crocheted. The brim may look like knitting, but it is a certain type of crochet stitch that I did. And it's got a textured crochet stitch, and then I did include a handmade. I made the pom-pom on the finished one. A handmade rainbow fur pom-pom that is also removable. Yay! So yeah, mailed that back to her, and hopefully it fits. So I did finish that, which was for a commission, and then all the rest of these were made on my knitting machine. I guess I'll show headbands first. So let's show headbands first. So this is the first one. This is made out of this rainbow yarn that is kind of like in a muted rainbow colorway. I don't know. I'm calling it jewel toned. It's beautiful. It's speckledy. It's wonderful. It's fabulous. And you can see my new tags that I've started including on everything on it. So this is beautiful. It actually sold yesterday. I just have yet to pack it. So this is not available in my shop. It has already sold, and it's super soft and stretchy, and it's just, oh gosh, it's wonderful. I love this yarn. Which brings me to my next point. It is made out of I Love This yarn from Hobby Lobby. I don't remember the name of the colorway off the top of my head. Sorry about ya, but I believe it is still available, and it's just got these beautiful rainbow tones in it. I mean, how freaking gorgeous is this? Too gorgeous. That's why it already sold. So it's a headband, but it's an ear warmer. It's thick and it goes over your ears and it keeps your head warm in the wintertime, but it's still cute and you can wear your hair in different hairstyles. So instead of having, the really bad hat hair, you can style this and you can push your hair back, you can wear it down, you can also wear your hair up in a messy bun. It's very versatile, keeps you warm, but you can still wear your hair in some cute hairstyles. So that's the first one. Next one I'll show you is, let's see, this one. So I made this on stream. The one that I made on stream, I took apart and remade it because it came out a little larger than I would like, and that would comfortably fit a adult human head. This is made out of Red Heart Super Saver in Retro Stripe. This is a very popular yarn on the internet because of the beautiful rainbow color gradient. Yes, it's really beautiful, but the quality of the yarn just is not as good as my favorite. I Love This yarn from Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby's yarn is very whatever that word is, it's strart. Yes, Hobby Lobby's yarn is strart. It's also stretchy and it is also soft and it has a very even, consistent tension. I will let you compare these two. I don't know. I just don't know. The Hobby Lobby yarn is just a higher quality, but this yarn is beautiful, and to an untrained eye or somebody who isn't just like a yarn nerd like me, you may not even notice, but to somebody who is a yarn nerd, you can see that it's not the most even tension, and certainly some of that could have been me and the user, and I'm still learning this yarn, but I don't know. Because it looks so different than my other headbands, I would say it's probably mostly on the yarn. Regardless, it is a very beautiful headband in rainbow colors and will keep your ears warm. It does include my little M tag in the corner that I cut out with my Cricut. This is still available in my shop. I had two that were exactly the same that I listed, and one of them sold, but this one is still available if you would like to purchase it. It's there, munimade.com. So rainbow in retro stripe. I also had, which I will have to show a picture, a hat that I made out of the same yarn with one of my handmade rainbow faux fur, not real fur, pom-poms. That has already sold and been shipped as well, but I made that and it came out really pretty in rainbow. I decided to line the inside with I Love This yarn because Red Heart retro stripes is so hard to find because of its popularity on TikTok and on the internet. It's really hard to find, so I decided to save my yarn and just do the inside lining in a solid matching color, and also that the inside yarn is much softer than the Red Heart yarn. So yep, those are those. Next, I guess I'll show you this. So this is a headband, or another ear warmer. I made this so this yarn is actually Craft Smart from Michaels. It is their brand of yarn, and I really like it. It's very good, but I didn't get it from Michaels. I got it from the Dollar Tree, man. I saw in their bone, like their dollar plus section where stuff is $3 and $5, there was a little mill ends bag of mismatched skeins that are unmarked, and it didn't say what it was, but I have since found out through internet sleuthing. But yeah, this yarn's from the Dollar Tree, and it's really good, and it's really soft, and it's beautiful colors. I love it. So this is still available on my shop at the time of me filming. This headband, really cute. I also made some hats in the same yarn. These I chose not to put a pom-pom on and leave them as a beanie. They are large enough so that you can wear them in a slouchy fashion, or you can fold up the brim to make it more fitted. The choice is yours. I prefer a slouchy look to a beanie, but this is what this looks like. And I still have that available as well. I've already shipped one of them, but I still have this available on my shop if you would like to purchase it. I'm looking over here. That's my viewfinder. So it's a really bad habit I need to break. I need to like look in the camera, but I'm also making sure that the things I'm holding up are in frame. Yeah. Okay. The next thing is my Harry Potter house headbands. I don't know which ones I've made in the past 2 weeks, but basically I've restocked that listing on my shop. This is a pretty popular listing. I've sold quite a few of these, but I have a headband / earwarmer in every house colorway. So this one is Ravenclaw. Yep. It's navy blue and a light gray. This one is Slytherin. It is a dark gray with a Kelly green color. This one is Hufflepuff, which is a yellow and black. And then this one's my favorite. It's just so pretty and classic. This is the Gryffindor. And it is a maroon and golden color. Now, these are not listed under my shop. They're not explicitly called Harry Potter house headbands, and the colorways in the drop down are not called Gryffindor, Slytherin, blah, blah, blah. It's based off of the animal of their house, and this is just to avoid copyright stuff. So, this is not technically Harry Potter house headbands. These are just striped colored of headbands that represent different animals, okay? But yeah, those have been restocked on my shop. I have each house available. If you would like to purchase those, each house should still be available. Next, I made a headband out of some more Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. This is called Daydreamery is the name of the colorway of this yarn. It's really pretty, and it's kind of like speckled and just reminds me of candy. I have a tag on there as well. It is lovely. And then to match it, I made a hat. I really don't know. I'm putting this in the finished object section because I don't know if I want to add a pom-pom to this. Let me know. Do you think I should add a pom-pom to this? I really don't know. I kind of like it without. So again, it's designed to be, you can wear it very slouchy. You can wear it as a slouchy beanie, or you can fold it up and have a beanie with a brim. Also, it's technically reversible. So if you are just feeling solid purple, you can do the solid purple side and fold up the brim with the color pattern on the brim. But see, I prefer the way it looks with the speckledy side and the purple brim folded up, but that's just me. But I kind of like this without a pom-pom. But I don't know. I really don't. So maybe I'll add a pom-pom, maybe not, but it is currently... No, is this... I don't think this is on my shop yet. Neither is this headband. This is something that will be in my next update, my next shop restock, which will be on Tuesday, I believe. So, yeah, not in the shop yet, but they will be there. Last but not least, hat that I finished. This is another one that I was working on during that stream I talked about, where I got out my knitting machine and I had you guys help me choose the colorways. So this one was made. Basically, everybody loved this mint colored pom-pom. This is not handmade. This is a pom-pom I did get randomly from Amazon, I believe. So it's not as big as a handmade one would be, but it's still very cute. Basically, everybody loved this mint pom-pom and fell in love with it, and then we chose this yarn to go with it. No, maybe this is Daydreamery. This colorway, I don't remember what it was called. This is Daydreamery, this colorway. I stand corrected. So it's just beautiful pinks and blues and purples, and it's just a really nice striped beanie as well. And you can wear it slouchy, it's not sewn or anything, or with the brim folded up. So this is available on my shop, and the pom-pom is 100% removable if you would like to throw this in the wash. I do all my pom-poms like this, where it is tied on with some crochet cord and a button. And I have a video that you will receive a link to if you purchase a hat with a pom, where you can watch how to remove that and how to put it back on so that you can wash your hat. Woo! That's a lot of finishes. I probably normally won't have that many, okay? It's just that the knitting machine is pretty quick. So I made all those, and moving on into my next category, which are things that I have in progress. My works in progress. These are things that this is not every whip that I have. These are things specifically that I have touched and I have worked on, made progress on since the last time we talked. So ever since my whip parade video, these are the things that I've actually pulled out and done some work on since then. So if you want to see every single work in progress that I have, or I did have at the time of that video, you can watch my whip parade video. But these are specifically things that I have worked on since then. So a hat. So this is still in the hats and headbands category, but this is something that is not finished because I want to add a pom-pom. This hat is really cool and special because, yes, while it was made on the knitting machine, I tried out a pattern by Crafty Kaz on YouTube. I will have to link it in the description for, gosh, I forgot it was called. Something diamond, something. But I will link it below. But basically, it's a way of knitting on your knitting machine where you're wrapping stitches, and it's really cool, and you end up with this textured look. So this is what normal knitting looks like on the knitting machine, and then here is the textured knitting. And I just thought it was really fun to change it up, especially with this solid color yarn, and have a textured hat. I think this hat is gorgeous, and texturally how it feels is so soft and squishy. And man, if I list this hat and it doesn't sell, I'm probably going to keep it for myself because I love it so much. Not that it ever really gets that cold here in Texas, but it's really pretty. I love it. So I'm going to add a tag to this, and I pulled out this pom because I think this looks best. It is kind of a dark gray wolfy looking pom, and I think this combination looks so pretty. So you can look forward to this being for sale soon on my shop in the next hats and headband restock day, which is going to be on Tuesday. Today, when you're watching this, today is Friday. It should be. Today actually is Thursday, but it should be Friday when you're watching this. And this should be there in the shop. And if one of y'all little stinkers doesn't buy it, I'm going to keep it for myself because I love it so much. Gotta make sure my makeup isn't smearing throughout this long video. Okay, next thing that I've worked on is, so I have another crochet thing that I've worked on. I'll pull that out next. This is something I'll talk about in a minute later in the video, but yeah, okay. So the next thing that I've been working on is my January Cow Pals project. So every month we have a different theme, and we have some recommended amigurumi. So I've been working on a muffin from Crochet Cafe. Now, Crochet Cafe is a crochet pattern book, and it has a bunch of food, like kawaii looking food with faces. So cute. Oh my gosh. I love it. So I've been working on a muffin over here to go with our tea theme, and I'm eventually going to make the cup to go with it as well. But I'm going to make a blueberry muffin just because I feel like it. I don't really like blueberry muffins in real life, but I'm making a crochet one, which will be cute. And as far as I've gotten with that is I'm just making the boring brown muffin part. So I've got the top, which I made in a different shade of brown than the bottom. Why did I do this? I don't know. It instructs you to in the book, but also I thought with like real life muffins, the part that's touching the pan is maybe like a little bit more cooked than the top. I don't know. So the bottom is a little bit more golden than the top piece. These are not stuffed and these are still in progress. So this is not the final form and not the final shape. And then I did pull out 2 different shades of blue to make the blueberries. I thought it would be fun to have the blueberries in multiple shades of blue, have a darker one and a brighter one, just to make it look more realistic. I don't know. So all of that is in this bin, and that is something that I am currently working on as well. Yeah. Okay. So that is all of my yarny works in progress that I've been working on. I do plan to start a new project like tonight, for SpongeBob. That's my next commission that's up in line. I have a commission to make SpongeBob with a Santa hat. Yes, I know it's not Christmas anymore, but this person really likes Christmas and wants a SpongeBob as a gift to themselves for their birthday, which I fully support. So, hey, that's my next commission I'll be focusing on. So you'll see some SpongeBob progress soon. I'm not going to be using a pattern for it. I'm actually going to be just winging it. So we'll see how my SpongeBob comes out. So that's my plan, my yarny plans. Okay. So that's all the yarny stuff I've been working on, but I do still have some more in progress things to show you, and those are diamond paintings. Yay! I've been diamond painting quite a bit, and I think it's just because I've been a little stressed and anxious coming off of break for my shop. Like I've just been like, whoa, working a lot, having a lot to catch up on. And so I just need that mental break at night before bed. So I've been working on diamond paintings and I've been having a really good time. And I have 2 of them actually, because drink break. I'm not one of those like crazy dedicated monogamous diamond painters where I just work on one at a time. I can't do that. I do have a limit because I have storage containers that limit me, because I only have a few little different storage containers for my diamonds or my drills that go on the diamond painting. I try to use lingo that's understandable for everyone, even if they don't diamond paint. So hopefully you guys understand. But yeah, so I have a couple of in progress diamond paintings going at a time. Okay. The first one is my Wishes diamond painting from Diamond Art Club. I will just pause and shut up and just show it to you. So if you're listening, just, here's a break for your ears. So here she is. It's called Wishes. I call her Purple Girl, and this is from diamondartclub.com. I think it should say somewhere on the canvas who the art is by. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. It does not. Wow, what a shame. They really should. This is an older canvas, so maybe they do by now, but they really, really, really should put on there who made this artwork. That's just my opinion. But hey, yeah, it's called Wishes. And I will include a picture from my whip parade of what it looked like last time I showed it to you, and I will show you guys where I've made the progress, where I've laid down some drills. So I like to do the background of my diamond paintings before I do the foreground, so I kind of save the best for last in a way. So for me in this painting, the best would be the girl. That would be the best. And I'm saving that for last. So I'm working on all of the background before I just start working on the fun part and the girl's luscious pink hair and all of that. So the part that I've been working on when I pulled this out has been over here on when you're looking at it on the left side. I will get closer to the camera. That way I'm not blocking my microphone either. But it's been this stuff on the left side. So kind of on the side of her, and I've accidentally trickled a little bit on into her hand because I just didn't realize that was part of her hand. But for the most part, the progress that I have been working on is here on this side. So you'll be able to see that if I do a side by side and I show a picture from my whip parade of what that did look like, but I've been working on that. That is a round drill canvas, so it works up a lot faster than square drills, and it is 60 by 42 centimeters. That's the size of it. Okay, and it does have some ABs in it and all that. Okay, the next one I've been working on is one that I really love this canvas. I know I've talked about it a lot. I've talked it into the ground, but I just love it so much. I just love this canvas so much. This is by Shimmering Canvases. I will stand back and show it to you. Oh, isn't she pretty? Yeah. Yeah, so this one's by Shimmering Canvases. I've shown it quite a few. I almost just fell out of my chair. Leave it to me. And I can't edit it out. So this is by Shimmering Canvases. It is a almost full crystal canvas, meaning that most of the diamonds that you get, most of the drills are specialty ones that are basically little, these ones do look like rhinestones. They're not solid color. They're special and they're extra sparkly. Except for one color is AB. Aurora Borealis is I think what AB stands for, but basically it's just AB ones are coated with iridescent shimmer. So most of this is crystal. This is from Shimmering Canvases. I will link it down below. She has a few canvases that she's put out. She's new to creating diamond paintings. Her shop mostly is for purchasing the specialty diamonds, the specialty drills. But like I said, I like to work on the background before I work on the foreground. And this painting is mostly all pink everywhere. The whole background is a solid pink. And then there is a butterfly in the foreground. So I've just been placing a lot of pink drills around the edges. So let's see. Probably mostly... I don't know where. I really don't know where, but I've been placing a lot of pink around the edges. So you'll see when I put the side-by-side picture where those have gone. But yeah, that's that. I've been having a lot of fun working on that, and I unboxed a new diamond painting that I just got that was a late Christmas present. I unboxed that in a video, and I'm really excited to work on that one. So I think that's also inspired me to get to work on my diamond paintings because I really want to start the new one that I got. So whew, that is all of my stuff that's in progress, everything that I've worked on in the past couple weeks that I haven't, that's not in the finished category. So wow, we've made it. We've made it to the final section of the video, which I'm just calling Other, where I am just going to talk about anything that I feel like. So in future podcasts, you'll always see my finishes, you'll see the stuff that's in progress, and then anything else I feel like doing. So I mentioned this cart back here, which I really want to share with you guys by moving this out of the way, and I'll move my microphone a little. Okay, I'll move my microphone here for a second. But this cart is new. I got it from Michael's, and it's a rolly cart. Yeah, I'm just gonna make a mess and pull it out. And I'm using this as my whips cart. So I mentioned in my whip parade video, I don't have a super great way of storing my works in progress. And I got this cart because I think it'd be really fun to use as that, as whips storage. So each tray has one dedicated project in the tray / drawer. So I pulled out the one for my Cal Pals muffin, but this one has like the Cal Pals spell book in it. This one has that rainbow shirt. So each tray, you get the idea. Each drawer has a different work in progress in it, and I have some drawers dedicated to cross-stitching as well. Yeah. So with that, and then on top of it, I have a bin with yarn that I've pulled off the wall. I have my little polyfill bag, I have my yarn bowl, and I have a bowl of yarn scraps sitting on top of the cart. With that, the idea is that, like, if I really just want to go to my living room or something and have a productive, crafty day, I can roll that cart out to my living room and get some work done and have all of the tools and items that I need to work on those. Also, the idea is that if I want to take a certain project out, I can just take out the whole drawer and take it with me, because see, now I have this whole project just sitting nicely in a drawer. So I think that's really cool. I just got it, so I can't really update on how well that's going for me quite yet. I just update soon. I will let you know if I keep up with it, and that is how I continue to decide to use it, but that's what I'm trying out now. Let me know if any of you have a similar storage solution situation and if you like it. This first episode is very long, but there's just a lot to say and get going, so I apologize. You can definitely come back to it later if you need. But, okay, so showed you guys my rolly cart. It's really cool. Hopefully it works well, and I've been enjoying it so far, so it's cool. It's just like a whole cart that I can roll to another room with everything that I'm working on. I just think that's so freaking cool, and I really like it so far. We'll see if I continue to like it. And also it kind of gives me a limit, because if I run out of drawers, that means I shouldn't start anything new. I need to finish something that's in a drawer before I start something new. So it kind of gives me a little bit of accountability as well. All right, so I'm holding a Santa sack. In my Santa sack video that I made, I said how I wanted to order more and see if I got different yarn. So I got those in a couple weeks ago, and I didn't do a whole other video because what I got was, for the most part, the same as what I got in the previous video. So I thought I would just show you what I got here real fast. I actually ordered 2 more because the second one I'm going to give away, and tell you guys the details for that in just a minute. All right, so inside I got some more of the mandala tweed stripes that I loved so much, and I'm really happy about this. Really happy because when I saw this, I kind of thought that it would be the perfect colors to make a sweater in. And so, but I wasn't sure that I had enough with the 3 that I got in my original Santa sack that I purchased. And so I'm really happy I got more. Like, it's not a bad thing that I got the same sack almost, because I wanted and needed more to make a full sweater. So I'm really, really happy about this, and I love this yarn so much. Oh, also, by the way, if you don't know what a Santa sack is, I did a whole video on it, so I don't feel the need to talk about it now, but it's a blind bag of yarn from Lion brand. And the other 2 things I got were a little bit of a disappointment, but also kind of good, because I got more size 2 Oh Baby yarn in cotton, and I talked about it in the previous video how I didn't know what to do with it because I'm not used to working with yarn that small. However, now that I've got 2 more in 2 different colors, it kind of opens up my possibilities a little bit more in what I can make. And now I actually feel confident that I could make something out of these. And then the other one I got was a coral peachy color. So I feel pretty confident now that I could make something good out of what I got. So it's cool. It was a little bit of a disappointment that I didn't get totally new, exciting items in my second Lion brand bag. But it's also good because now I have so many more options of what I can make out of the yarns that I got, and because I have a larger quantity, so I can make things like a shirt or whatever I feel like. So I'm really happy about that. As for the second sack I bought, so the 3rd sack in total, but the second out of round 2, it's here, and I'm not going to tell you what's inside because I'm going to leave it a little bit of a surprise. It may or may not be the same as what you've already seen out of my Santa sacks. But I'm also including some extra things in there for yarny people, okay? So I'm not going to tell you much more than that. I am going to tell you, yes, it does include some size 2 yarn. So if you're absolutely not interested in that, please don't enter this giveaway. And it just includes some other varieties, okay? It can include things like cotton. If you don't like cotton, don't enter. And there's not going to be any wool or anything like that, so don't worry if you have allergies. There's not going to be anything like that. It's going to be acrylic and cotton, and it'll be a surprise on what colors and what you get, and I'm including some extras in there as well. So yeah, giveaway time. If you made it through this whole podcast, congrats. I'm so happy for you. But I'm going to do a giveaway as a reward for you guys. So I promised a 500 subscriber giveaway, and I'm just going to do it right here at the end of episode 1 of the podcast. And I'm going to give away 4 different items so that we will have 4 winners in this giveaway to celebrate 500 subscribers. So actually, let's make it 5. I'm changing my mind right here on the spot. I'm going to use my pen. Let's make it 5. We're going to have 5 different winners, okay? There's going to be 1 grand prize winner that gets the Santa sack, okay? Then there's going to be 4 other winners that are going to get Munimade tray sets, because I know that's what so many people want to get and they're so hard to get. I'm going to give away 4 sets. Yeah, you heard me right. I'm going to give away 4 sets of trays. Okay, so we're going to have 5 different winners to celebrate reaching 500 subscribers here on the channel. Thank you so very much to each and every person who has subscribed and gotten me to where the channel is today. I'm really excited and I'm really grateful for you guys. But yeah, we're going to do a big giveaway. So 1 grand prize winner will get this Santa sack, and it's going to have a surprise yarn in it that can be either acrylic, cotton, and size 2 or higher. So yeah, not going to tell you what's inside. I'm going to include some extra things for you, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a surprise. So that is going to be for the 1 grand prize winner. And then I'm going to give away 4 tray sets. So if you win one of the tray sets, what I will have you do is you're going to contact me on Etsy and let me know what color you want it to be. I'm going to limit this to solid colors just to make it easier for us to produce the trays. But you can choose a different color for the stopper or the lid and the tray. You can choose whatever color combination you want, but it must be in any of our solid colors, which we have like a ton. Okay, so it's not that limiting, but you can have it in any solid color you want. 4 winners. You can choose large or small if you win. So you can say, I want a small tray set or a large tray set, and let me know what color or colors you want those to be, and I will get that sent out to you. So how this is going to work is you guys are going to enter through Gleam. I am likely going to have 2 different Gleam links, both in the description and as a pinned comment on this video. The first one is going to be for the Lion Brand Santa sack, where you guys can enter to win that if you're a yarny person and you would like to win. The second link is going to be for the tray sets, and there will be 4 winners, but you enter just once. You enter 1 time. There's multiple ways to enter and get extra entries on Gleam, but you just have to enter that 1 giveaway for a chance to win all 4. Does that make sense? I'm going to draw 4 times out of those who enter in that. And what you need to do to enter, first and foremost, you guys, is to be subscribed to my channel, like this video, and leave a comment down below. I don't care what you comment, but just comment about anything, what you liked, suggestions for future podcasts, which of my projects are your favorite, anything you want. Just like and comment on this video, and also be subscribed to my channel, and I will check you guys. I'm not going to draw a winner. If I draw a winner from the Gleam stuff and it says, like, if I check and that person never commented, then they're not going to win. I'm going to redraw. So I do check you guys. So be sure that you do that. And then step 2, listen very carefully, just commenting alone does not automatically enter you into the giveaway. That's just a prerequisite. You have to go to the gleam.io. Is it gleam.io? You have to go to the Gleam link, and you have to actually enter and like put in your email address and put in all this stuff. And after that, there'll be multiple ways for you to gain extra entries, including following me on Twitter, checking out my shop, things like that. And that will give you extra entries. And there will also be a daily one. So if you come back to this video every day and go and get your daily entry, that will increase your odds of winning. Cool. Hopefully I explained that in a way that makes sense. But yes, we're having a big giveaway. Thank you for 500 subscribers. I really appreciate it so very much. I'll probably draw the winners in the next podcast, so in 2 weeks. So you have 2 weeks to enter, and I will draw the winners when I upload the next podcast in 2 Fridays from now. So woo! Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I know it was long, but I'm really excited to do this because not only is it just like a more casual way for me to chill and share what's going on with me with you guys, it also is hopefully like, you know, something fun for you guys to listen to, but it also catalogs my crafty journey, if you will. It kind of catalogs it in a way where I can go back and I can see, oh, what was I making in, you know, August of this year? And I can go back and see what I was working on and what I finished. And I just think that's really cool to have that kind of archive for myself. And hopefully it's cool for you guys as well. So let me know what you think, if you enjoyed this, and if you're excited for future podcasts. And I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you got some crafty progress done if you were crafting while listening or watching this, or if you're cleaning your house or whatever you're doing. I hope you did it. I hope you got some good stuff done. I hope that I was a good companion for you. Thank you so much for listening or watching. And make sure before you go that you're subscribed to the channel and you do all of the classic YouTube things like and all of that, you know. Even if you're not going to enter the giveaway, it means a lot if you guys support this. And all the other things are in my description. So all the other places you can find me on the internet, like my Discord server with all the chat rooms where you guys can chat with other members of the community and chat with me, my shop, my affiliations are linked down there. Everything is linked down there. Oh, and if you want to become a Ko-fi member, so this channel isn't monetized, like I said, and I don't have memberships through YouTube, but you can become a member through a third party, through Ko-fi, and yeah, support me in that way. And you get a couple of cool perks as well, including seeing all of my YouTube videos a day early now. So if that's interesting to you, check it out. If you would like to support and also get some extra perks, then check out my Ko-fi stuff. But yeah, everything else in the description, everything you need to know, always in the description. All right, guys, peace out. I gotta go. I gotta edit this big long thing. Well, okay. I'm not like cutting everything down, but I got to put in the pictures I said I would put in and all that jazz and get this posted so it's ready for tomorrow for you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you have a fabulous crafty day, and I will see you guys soon. Because I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna look in your window and I'm going to look at you. I'm going to see you soon. I'm just kidding. I just always have to make things awkward. It's my thing. I just got to like make things. It's like my brand, you know, being awkward. So I've got to throw something in weird. Okay, cool. Bye. See you next time.